Hello, this is Caleb with Garvin Sewer Service at 305 Midway Boulevard. Yes. So we're in the crawl space. We have a sewer clean out on the ground right here. So previous company came out and cleaned from a pulled toilet this way and above, and they pulled out roots, but they did not get the line open, and they said they needed a repair. So when we get here today, we ran the lot. We had a backup. We ran blades all the way out 130 feet, and then we did not have the water drop. So we came back, and then we used the whip and got the whip to clear the line where there was a soft blockage core cored up at the same spot where there was a flag that they marked. We were able to see the line now. We zeroed out our distance indicator, which is it shows how far the camera head is traveling. That's on the lower left-hand side of the screen. Right now we're in the cast. We just started. This is cast iron we're looking at, and it's pretty good condition. The little grittiness you see is going to be called scale. Scale is minerals built up, magnesium, calcium, things of that nature, and it gets scaled up on the drain, but it's very normal. The good thing to look at is that the bottom of the drain is not rotting. That would show that the line is going to give out soon, and we do not have that. So, at this point, it's pretty sure it's clay, but we have a lot of scale that's kind of pushed on down, so the line looks dirty, but this is where the block was. And so we have roots on our left-hand side. I don't know if I cut them out any better than the other company. I did go back in there and cut them out more the third time, but I don't know if the roots were the cause for the block today, or if the roots had core above it. They cut the roots out and the core was left behind. But the line is not broken. It's not got a belly, but it has root intrusion throughout. And then today's blockage was core for sure, but I don't know if what started the core buildup was the roots, because there is no belly. Core builds up in bellies because the waste is not able to flow the way it needs to, and so it breaks down into a very thick substance. So that was the block today, but the roots might have been there, and I might have cut them out better before the block was cleared. I just don't know. So as we continue running our camera through, we're going to see more and more roots that were cut out pretty effectively. So I do recommend doing a yearly maintenance, snaking the line, making sure that it is clear of roots once a year at least. If you want to, we'll just say once a year for now. And then we'll be able to help out with the backups. I do want to say that cleaning from the crawl space is the better option rather than a pulled toilet, because you get better blades to go down the drain. That way you can cut the roots out more effectively. I do want to say that there is sewer down here because this cap failed. Now, she was told the cap failed because it was old. However, they ran a pulled toilet and then ran past the cap. And my question is why would the bathrooms be backing up if the cap was failed down in the crawl space? Because if that were the case, then sewage would be coming up in the crawl space without ever backing up into the house. They would not know it was backing up, but it did back up into the house. So that means the cap was working the way it needed to. And then at some point the cap broke. It was broken on my arrival. So we'll replace that, but I do believe that with the snaking, that could have broken the cap. So we'll replace that, but for future references, we need to be snaking from the crawl space, not from the pulled toilet. Just so we can kind of reiterate, there is still scale that's built up on the left and right side of the drain. Just know that is normal. If that is something that is undesired in the line, roto-rootering it with blades and whips will help a little bit. It'll get the loose stuff, but there's something called a descaler, which is its own machine with its own bit. That would be best for clearing out the remainder of the stuck-on mineralization. So if that's something that you would rather have taken out just to be safe, we do recommend doing that. However, I don't believe it's going to be accumulating too much more toilet paper. I think the roots are your problem. So if we clean this consistently, getting the roots, we're probably going to also kind of clean the scale as we go in over the next few years. So far, like I've said, we have seen root intrusion at almost every spot, but the line is not holding water, indicating there's no belly. I've not seen a crack in the 2 or 3 times I've cambered this, and then we're able to get all the way to the city with blades, and everything runs smoothly once the line's cleared. So I think this is something that we're going to be able to maintain over the course of some time while we snake the line. So right around here, we're about to drop into the sewer line that is the city. Kind of take a step down, and then right here we have the city. So I tried my best to get the core that's blocked up right there, but that will release over time. If there's any other questions, give Garvin Sewer Service a phone call. My name is Caleb. Thank you very much for your time. What's up?
You mentioned the 80 feet.
Oh, and yeah, it's 80 feet from the city tap. Thank you for pointing that out, Lucas. 80 feet from the clean out to the city, so that is the distance you'll need to be running for the future.